Hello students, today I want to explain about the mechanism of respiration. So, what are the organs which are involved in the respiration means the lungs. Okay, we can feel the respiration. How we can feel the respiration means if we take your hand and keep it on your chest and you can see the chest raising up and going to back to its position. So that is how we feel the respiration, but we cannot see the lungs. But how the how this respiration occurs? What is the mechanism of respiration? If we want to know, here, if you see how many lungs are present, we have two lungs. Where the what is the location of these lungs? The location of these lungs is present in the thoracic cavity or chest cavity. Where is this thoracic cavity or left or chest cavity? It is the cavity means space. The space is present in the rib cage. The space is present in the rib cage. What is this rib cage? Means in the front portion you can see the breastbone or sternum here this at this location. At the back side we can have the backbone or vertebral column. Both are connected by ribs. Both the sternum and the vertebral column connected by this ribs is forms the rib cage. In this rib cage we have the chest cavity or thoracic cavity. In this thoracic cavity, what is present? Lungs and heart are present. Okay, and I want to explain about another two muscles which are important for respiration. Means one is intercostal muscles, other is diaphragm. This intercostal muscles, what is the location of this intercostal muscles? Means in between one rib and the other rib, we have intercostal muscles. This is one rib and this is one rib. In between we have the intercostal muscles. At the bottom of the lung, we have a diaphragm. Diaphragm. It is a dome-shaped muscle. It helps in the respiration. Now, intercostal muscles are of two types. One is external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles. And I want to explain another concept. So, in the lungs there is air. The pressure which is present in the air pressure which is present in the lungs is called intrapulmonary pressure. What is the pressure present in the lungs called intrapulmonary pressure? And what is inspiration? Taking in of air into the lungs is called inspiration. Giving out of air from the giving out of air from the lungs is called expiration. So taking in is inspiration, giving out is expiration. Now these lungs are balloon-like structures. Balloon-like structures. When air enters into the lungs they expand. When the air moves out from the lungs contract. So this mechanism occurs automatically. This mechanism occurs automatically, but the lungs by itself cannot perform this activity. This activity of expansion contraction. Then what are responsible for this expansion contraction? Means there are two muscles. That muscles are diaphragm and intercostal muscles. Okay, I want to explain a single concept. So when there is more volume, at a space, at a region or a space, there will be less pressure. When there is less volume, there will be more pressure. Normally, I'll just say one small example. In a room, there are five people residing in a room. They are staying in a room, in a small room. That means the volume is very less. Automatically, there is a lot of pressure in the room. That means it is a small room. Five members are present. That means less volume, more pressure, more people are present. Then if more big room is present, that means more volume. Means for this it is more. For this five people, it is there is less pressure in the room. Automatically, more volume, less pressure. Less volume, more pressure. So please remember in that way. So volume is inversely proportional to pressure. So if we take what is the average breathing capacity or respiratory, how many times a person averagely he takes in air, means 12 to 16 times, 12 to 16 times per minute he takes in air. Respiration, he performs respiration is 12 to 16 times. Next, what is the instrument which is useful for diagnosing the pulmonary function, means a spirometer. It is the spirometer is a device which measures the inhaled air and exhaled air and gives the pulmonary function or diagnoses the pulmonary function and gives how the lung is functioning. That is the instrument is spirometer. And you see, during inspiration, what will happen? Means this is a flattened condition. The dome-shaped diaphragm is in a flattened condition. Now it is in a relaxed state. It is in a relaxed state. When inspiration occurs, when the inspiration has to occur, what will happen means this diaphragm contracts. This diaphragm contracts. This diaphragm contracts. When it contracts, it becomes flat condition. It becomes flat. See here, I have drawn a light colored line. It becomes flat. For example, now please imagine this dome-shaped condition is not there. Now it is the condition of the diaphragm. Then more space is present here. Here, when more space is present, automatically more volume is present in the chest cavity. If more volume is present in the chest cavity, more volume is present in the lungs also. And here at the same condition, intercostal muscles, what they do? They contract. They contract. The intercostal muscles, they contract. When they contract, what will happen? The rib cage or the ribs, they move from to the outward condition. That means they raise. From this condition, they raise. When they raise, what will happen? More space will be present, will be created in the chest cavity or the thoracic cavity. When more space is created in the chest cavity, automatically more space or more volume is created in the lungs. That means at this condition, there is more volume present in the lungs. More volume means low pressure conditions are created in the lungs. The atmospheric pressure is more when compared to the pressure present in the lungs. What is the property of the air? Means it moves from a high pressure region to the low pressure region. That means atmospheric pressure is more when compared to the lung pressure. So lung intrapulmonary pressure. So the air, it gushes or moves forcibly through the nostrils and reaches the trachea and enters into the lungs. Then what will happen? Lungs expand. This is called inspiration. Now next expiration has to occur. What is expiration? Means giving out of air. That means the air has to move from the lungs. How it will happen? Means this is the diaphragm. Now in the inspiration, what is the condition of the diaphragm? It is in the flattened condition. It is a flattened condition. Now what will happen? It relaxes. Now when the diaphragm first is, it has contracted in the inspiration and become flattened. Now in the expiration, what will happen? The diaphragm which is in the flattened condition now relaxes and reaches the dome condition. Okay, dome condition. Now then what? When the dome condition occurs, so the space in the chest cavity decreases. That means the volume in the chest cavity decreases. That is the volume present in the lungs also. Volume in the lungs also decreases. In the same way, at the same conditions, the intercostal muscles, what they do? They relax. In the inhalation, they contracted. Now they have relaxed. When they relax, what will happen? They come to the original position. From the raised condition to they come to the original position. Then what will happen? The space or the volume in the chest cavity has decreased. In the same way, the volume in the lungs also decreased. Means low volume means what is the condition? Universally I said the pressure is more in the lungs. More pressure leads to what? More pressure means the air moves from high pressure to low pressure. That means the pressure in the lungs is more when compared to the atmospheric air. So what will happen? The air in the lungs, they move, which has the high pressure. The air in the lungs, they move out of the trachea and they leave the respiratory system or the lungs through the nostrils. The air moves through the nostrils. This is called exhalation. This is called exhalation. This is the way how inspiration and expiration occurs. Here, this is the mechanism of respiration, how the lungs function during respiration. Thank you.